So let's see the definition of the holding current. Holding current is defined as the minimum value of anode current below which it must fall for turn of the SCR or thyristor. So students, here what this holding current defines means it is the minimum current required for the turning of SCR. If the current is below the holding current, then the SCR will be gets turned off. See here, this is the VI characteristics of the SCR. Here IH is there. This is the holding current. Before this holding current, this is not in forward conduction mode. When it reaches the holding current value, then only the thyristor starts conducted. So this is the holding current. Holding current means below that particular value the thyristor does not conducts. That means the thyristor will be turned off. Okay na? So this is the holding current. Before the below the holding current, the thyristor will be turned off. So thyristor holding current is the minimum current to start the SCR. Next, let's see the definition of the latching current. Latching current is defined as the minimum value of anode current which must attained during turn on process of the SCR to main the conduction even when gate current is removed. So latching current. So see here, this is the latching current IL. So even though when the gate pulse is removed, at that situation the SCR will be in forward conduction mode. So latching current is the minimum current to attain turn on the SCR even when gate current is removed. So this latching current is the minimum current required to turn on the SCR when the gate current is removed. Okay na? This is the definition of the latching current. Holding current means it is the minimum current. So if the current is less than the holding current, then SCR will be turned off. That is the holding current. And coming to the latching current, it is the minimum current when SCR gate pulse is removed. So after that only, that means above the latching current only the conductor will be SCR will be in forward conduction mode. If the latching current is below the latching current, then the SCR will not going to be conducted. Okay na? So this is the two important definitions which is helpful for 2 marks questions, and it is also very important for interview purpose also. Okay na? These are the latching currents and holding currents. Let us see what are the different types of turn on methods of the SCR. Totally there are 5 turn on methods of SCR. What are those 5 methods is, first one is forward voltage triggering method, second one is gate triggering method, and third one is dV by dt triggering method, fourth one is temperature or thermal triggering method, and fifth one is light triggering method. So these three are the these 5 are the basic methods to turn on the SCR. Let us see the first one. So this is the basic diagram for forward blocking mode of the SCR. So first one is forward voltage triggering. Let's see how this is going to start the SCR or trigger the SCR by using first method. See here, this is the SCR and the positive supply is connected to anode and negative is connected to cathode. Okay na? So because of this connection, this J1 is in forward conduction mode, this J3 is also in forward conduction mode, but this J2 does not conduct. Okay na? It is in reverse conduction mode or blocking mode. So if you observe, one thing is here J1 is conduction mode, J3 is in conduction mode, means from electrons are flow from junction J1, electrons are flow from junction J3 also, but electrons does not flow through junction J2. Why? Because here it is in reverse bias mode, so it does not allows any electrons or it does not allow the current. It acts like a barrier in this mode. So what we are going to applying is, here we are going to increase the applied voltage. Okay, now if the voltage is going to be increased, then automatically this J1 J3 is in conduction mode at particular voltage. This J2 is also come into the conduction mode because of the avalanche effect. Avalanche means a large amount of electrons flows at a time through that junction. Why this happens means because of the high voltage applied across this anode and cathode. Okay na? So at particular state, there's J2 junction will be vanished. Okay na? Because of this junction vanished, the electrons are free to move from that anode to cathode. This is the one of the method for triggering of the SCR. But here one point we have to discuss is, once if you applied that high voltages, then the SCR may be damages. Once this avalanche is occurred and this J2 is opened, once again it is not used for turn on methods. Okay na? So this is not used mostly. Why? Because here we need very high voltage for turning of the SCR. At the same time, here the gate is in off state. So this is about the first method. Okay na? Forward voltage triggering. In this forward voltage triggering, what we are doing is we are applying the high voltage at anode and cathode terminals. We are going to increase this high voltage. Because of the increasing of this high voltage, the junction J2 will be vanished at particular point or breakdown at particular point. So in this way we are going to trigger the SCR. Next, second one is gate triggering circuit. This is the gate triggering circuit. The circuit is connected like this. That means anode is connected to positive and cathode is connected to negative, and a small voltage Vg is applied across the gate terminal. That means at P layer. Okay na? Here because of this applying the small voltage, a gate current is flows through the p layer. Because of this voltage, this J2 is also in forward conduction mode. Actually, this J3 is in conduction mode, J1 is also in conduction mode. After applying the gate pulse, this J2 is also in conduction mode. So this J2 is conduction mode means all the three junctions are opened. So electrons are freely move from one point to another point. So compared to the previous one, this is the very easy technique, and voltage also we need very less compared to the previous one. So here we have to use very large voltage, but here there is no need of applying of the such a large voltages. Just need a very small voltage, that is a gate voltage, is enough for turning on of the SCR. Okay, no? So let us see the next, dV by dt. Here we have to observe one thing. In forward bias condition, J1 J3 is in forward bias and J2 is in reverse biased, and this J2 is act as a insulator in between J1 and J2. See here, this J1 is conduction mode and J3 is also in conduction mode. These two are in conduction mode and this contains some charge. Here also contains some charge. That means at the center J2 it acts like a insulator. Okay, now if we observe whole things, it is acts like a capacitor. That means two parallel plates and separated by some dielectric medium. So here also we are applying the same concept. That means J2 is known as a junction capacitor. So if you increase the rate of change of forward voltage instead of increasing magnitude voltage, so see here, a simple derivation is here Q is equal to C into V. Okay, now actually we know that IA is equal to C into dV by dt. From this equation we conclude that IA is directly proportional to dV by dt. Here we are analyze that J1 J3 is in conduction mode, J2 is in act as a insulator. If you observe how all these things, it acts like a capacitor. So here we are applying the concept of the capacitance. That means current through the capacitor is directly proportional to the rate of change of voltage. So based on this concept we are going to apply this dV by dt technique. Okay, no? So here in the first one we are just increasing the magnitude of the voltage. See here just we are increasing the magnitude of the voltage. That means voltage levels are increased from step by step up to when this junction J2 destroyed. But here what we doing is just we are applying the rate of change of voltage. Okay, now so if you apply this with respect to dV by dt, then junction J2 breaks and starts conduction. So a high value of charging current may damages the SCR. So here we have to remember this is also very important thing. That means we have to apply this dv by dt rating very technically. Okay na, if we are apply the high rating also, it may damages the SCR. This is about dv by dt triggering. That means instead of increasing the magnitude of the voltage, just we are increasing the rate of change of forward voltage. Okay na, this is the basic important concept in dv by dt triggering. Next, let us see the temperature triggering. So here also just we are increasing the temperature at junction J2. So if you go to the basics, even though junction J2 is in reverse bias or in blocking mode, there is some small leakage current, reverse biased or leakage forward current is flowing through the junctions. Okay na, so these leakage currents is depends upon the temperature. So if you increase the temperature, automatically this leakage currents is also more. If the leakage current is more, automatically junction J2 will be break and starts conduction. That is the basic concept we are applying. Okay na, so in dv by dt we are using fast applying of the dv by dt. That means rate of change of forward voltage instead of increasing the magnitude. In temperature triggering, here we are using the concept is leakage currents. Leakage currents is mainly depends upon the temperature. So if you increase the temperature levels, this leakage currents is also going to be increased. Okay na, so if you increase the temperature up to certain point, the maximum currents is flows through the junction J2. At that situation, the junction J2 will break down and starts conduction. But here the disadvantages is, if you increase the temperature, the SCR maybe gets damaged. That's why this is also not used widely. Okay na? Next, let us see the lighting triggering. So it is also like second one. Here, see here, here just we are applying the gate pulse. Okay na, for triggering the SCR by using some voltage. Here also we are using the same concept, but here we are not applying the any voltage, just we are applying the light with certain intensity. So when light having certain intensity is placed on the free electrons, these electrons may get excited and there is a possibility of start to move of electron. So this is also simple technique. A light with certain intensity falls on the free electrons, it gets excited and it starts moving. So automatically this P region starts to move towards junction J2. So if you increase the light up to sufficient electrons are flow towards the junction 2, automatically this junction J2 will be get vanished and all electrons are flow through the junction J2, and this junction J1 and J3 automatically in forward bias. Why? Because this is connected to positive and cathode is connected to negative. So automatically this J1 J3 is in forward bias. Here we have to start only junction J2. So in this way That means by applying the light with certain intensity. Okay na? So when light having certain intensity falls on the p-type region, the free electrons get activated and it starts move towards the junction J2. So automatically the junction J2 will be gets vanished because of the increasing of the intensity of light. Okay na? At particular light intensity, automatically the junction J2 will gets vanished and it acts like a normal on state SCR. This is about the lighting triggering. But here the disadvantage is lighting. We have to generate light separately. So out of these five techniques, generally this second one is mostly we are using. Okay na? Why? Because in first one we have to apply very high voltage for triggering of the SCR, and in third one this dV by dt rating. So there is a some special design also we need for applying this rate of change of voltage with respect to time. And fourth one is temperature or thermal triggering. This temperature or thermal triggering, there is a possibility of damaging of the SCR. When we are applying temperature or increasing the temperature up to certain point, it may not damage, but when there is a high temperature is applied to the SCR, then there is a possibility of damaging of the SCR also. Okay na? So next, fifth one, light triggering. So there is a separate system we have to design for applying of this light triggering. So out of these five, generally we are preferring the second one. In entire our power electronics also we are applying this gate triggering only.